30,000 people lost their jobs by email. Not a meeting, not a manager walking over, an email. And here's the part that should make you stop scrolling. Oracle did this after reporting strong profit growth, not losses, profits. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which job categories are being eliminated next and the one thing you can do this week to make sure your name isn't on that list. What just happened at Oracle is not a one-off. It is a template, and that template is already being copied by companies in finance, healthcare, logistics, and retail right now. Tech companies have been cutting a significant number of jobs in 2025. We're going to map exactly what Oracle did, why record profits didn't protect those workers, which industries are running the same playbook, and what that means for your paycheck, your position, and your next career move. To understand why this matters, you need a little background. Oracle is one of the largest enterprise software companies on the planet. They build the database and cloud systems that run hospitals, banks, and governments. In 2025, Oracle reported significant year-over-year increases in net income. That means they nearly doubled their profit. And then they eliminated 30,000 jobs, roughly 10% of their global workforce, notifying affected workers primarily through automated emails and system access terminations. No severance meetings, no warning calls. Your badge stopped working before your inbox told you why. That detail matters because it tells you exactly how companies view these positions, as line items, not people. And that mindset is spreading fast. Here's the first thing you need to understand, and this is the part that most business coverage completely misses. Profitable companies are now more likely to cut jobs, not less. That sounds backwards, and it is, but it's the reality of 2025 corporate strategy. Here's why it happens. When a company posts record profits, Wall Street doesn't applaud and move on. Investors ask one question: how do you grow that number next quarter? And the fastest way to grow profit margins isn't to sell more, it's to spend less. Labor is the single largest operating expense at most companies. So when AI tools can now handle the work of a mid-level analyst, a customer service team, or an entire documentation department, cutting those roles doesn't just save money, it actively impresses investors. Oracle's stock didn't drop after the layoff announcement, it held. That's the signal every other CEO is watching. The implication for you is direct. If your company recently posted strong earnings, that is not a safety blanket. It may actually be the trigger. Companies with strong cash positions right now have both the ability and the investor pressure to restructure aggressively. The action step here is simple, but most people skip it. Look up your employer's last earnings call transcript. Search your company name plus earnings call Q1 2025. Listen for the word efficiency. Every time a CFO says they're focused on operational efficiency, that is corporate language for headcount reduction. If you hear it 3 or more times in one call, treat that as a yellow flag. Here's a number that almost no one is talking about. Since January 2025, a significant number of tech sector jobs have been eliminated globally. That's not a slowdown, that's a restructuring. So the real question is, where does it go from here? The second thing you need to understand is that Oracle didn't invent this playbook. They perfected it. And now it has a clear, replicable structure that other companies are already running. Here's how the blueprint works, step by step. Step 1, acquire or merge. Oracle acquired Cerner, the healthcare IT giant, in 2022 for $28 billion. That immediately created redundancy. 2 HR departments, 2 legal teams, 2 sets of project managers. Redundancy is always the first target. Step 2, automate the middle layer. The jobs eliminated at Oracle weren't mostly engineers writing core software. They were roles in the middle: data entry, report generation, customer support tiers 1 and 2, internal documentation, and procurement coordination. These are exactly the roles that AI tools like large language models and robotic process automation have become capable of handling at scale in the last 18 months. Step 3, restructure fast and communicate minimally. The email notification wasn't an oversight. It was a calculated decision to reduce the legal and logistical complexity of large-scale separations. Fewer conversations mean fewer disputes. Step 4, let the market reward you. And it did. Now watch for who runs this exact sequence next. In the last 6 months, we have seen merger activity spike in financial services, health insurance administration, and logistics. Every major merger creates the same redundancy conditions Oracle had post-Cerner. If your employer recently merged with or acquired another company, you are now statistically inside the window where this blueprint gets executed. That is not speculation. That is the documented pattern from the last 4 major tech consolidations. Stop for 1 second. According to data from Layoffs.fyi and the Bureau of Labor Statistics, finance, healthcare administration, and logistics have been among the industries experiencing significant layoffs. If you work in any of those 3, keep watching. The next point is specifically about you. This is where we get specific, because the data on which job categories are being eliminated first is very clear, and almost nobody is presenting it in plain language. Researchers at the World Economic Forum and McKinsey have published analyses mapping AI displacement to specific role categories. Here's what the data shows. The highest risk category right now is what economists call information processing roles. Jobs where the primary output is organizing, summarizing, routing, or responding to information. Think loan processing, insurance claims review, medical coding, supply chain coordination, HR onboarding, and mid-level financial analysis. These are not low-skill jobs. Many require degrees and years of experience, but they follow predictable, rule-based logic. And that is exactly what current AI systems are best at replicating. The second highest risk category is customer-facing service roles that don't require physical presence, call center operations, live chat support, and appointment scheduling. The third category, and this one surprises most people, is junior to mid-level creative and communications roles. Content summarization, report writing, internal communications drafting, and basic graphic layout. Here is the direct implication for you. If your daily work involves taking information in one format and producing it in another, writing summaries, building reports, routing approvals, answering structured inquiries, that workflow is being automated right now at companies 1 to 2 years ahead of yours. The roles that are statistically safer are those requiring physical presence, complex negotiation, novel problem solving, or high-stakes human judgment. The action here is to honestly audit your own job description and ask, what percentage of my daily tasks could be described as information processing? If the answer is more than 60%, you may want to consider developing a contingency plan. And here's the part that most people find hardest to accept. The average worker who gets laid off in a corporate restructuring receives between 8 and 12 weeks of warning signals before it happens, but doesn't recognize them as warnings. What are those signals? That's exactly what we're covering next. This is the part we open this video with, and it's the most actionable section. Here are the documented warning signals that precede a major layoff and the concrete steps you can take starting this week. Warning signal 1. Your company announces a new efficiency initiative or operational review. Both are executive language for examining headcount. Warning signal 2. External consultants, especially from firms like McKinsey, BCG, or Accenture, begin appearing in your building or on internal calls. Their primary deliverable is almost always a restructuring recommendation. Warning signal 3. Your team's budget requests get quietly delayed or denied without clear explanation. Warning signal 4. Leadership cancels skip-level meetings or reduces the frequency of all-hands communications. Reduced transparency almost always precedes a reduction in workforce. If you're seeing 2 or more of those signals right now, here is your action plan. Not to panic, but to prepare. First, update your resume and LinkedIn this week, not when you need it. Second, identify the 2 or 3 skills adjacent to your current role that are in active hiring demand. Not the skills AI is replacing, but the skills being layered on top of it. Prompt engineering, data interpretation, AI tool management, human oversight of automated systems. These are the roles companies are actually adding while they cut. Third, build or reactivate 2 external professional relationships this month. Not job applications, conversations. The majority of available roles in any contraction period are filled through direct referral before they're posted publicly. Fourth, and this is the one most people skip, build 3 months of liquid savings, not investments. not a 401k. Cash that is accessible in 30 days. That buffer is the difference between making a strategic career move and taking the first offer out of desperation. The Oracle layoff is a signal, not just a headline. The signal is that in 2025, job security does not come from your employer's profitability. It comes from your own preparation, your skill positioning, and your professional network. Those three things are entirely within your control. Starting right now. Before you go, drop your answer in the comments right now. Which of those 4 warning signals are you currently seeing at your job? None, 1, 2, or more? You don't have to name your company, just the number. We read every comment, and the most common answer shapes what we cover next, because this channel exists to give you the information that's actually relevant to where you are right now. If this breakdown gave you something that your company's HR department never will, subscribe to Trends Daily right now. Here's exactly what you get. Every week, we take one major event in finance, tech, policy, or global markets, and we translate it directly into what it means for your wallet, your job, and your decisions. No filler, no partisan framing, no here's what experts think. Just the clear implication, stated plainly. Next up, the Federal Reserve just signaled something that could change your mortgage rate, your car payment, and your credit card APR within the next 90 days. That video is already published on this channel. It's the one video your bank definitely doesn't want you to watch. It's linked on screen right now.